Hi, my name is Paul Atkinson and I'm a GP and the Chief Clinical Information Officer for Gloucestershire CCG. This is a short presentation to get you started with joining up your information. First, there are some key messages to go through, as although having the right information in the right place at the right time has multiple benefits, there are some limitations that you need to be aware of. We will then go through a demonstration of how to get the most out of JUYI and how you can record that you have completed this training. JUYI is the online system giving health and care professionals across Gloucestershire secure access to select parts of the patient's health and social care information. Information from GPs, hospitals, community, mental health and social care is brought together via a portal accessible from within your native electronic patient system. This training will cover what is included in JUYI version 2. Over the coming months, JUYI will continue to evolve and new improved versions will be released. There will be new features, new information from other organisations and more health and care professionals will have access. We will let you know as and when they are available by email and via pop-ups within JUYI. So, who can access JUYI? Access to JUYI is role-based and is currently restricted to health and social care professionals working in urgent care services. This access will expand throughout the rollout. An NHS smart card is required to log in. Access is allowed for direct care only, that is for the patient's own care and treatment. This is in line with the new GDPR guidelines which became effective in May 2018. Detailed information of what is included and excluded from the JUYI record can be found on the JUYI help pages. As you would expect, access is monitored and disciplinary or legal action may be considered in relation to inappropriate use. It is important to remember the limitations of electronic health records. The information you see may be incomplete. An example of this is that only select information is shared in the first place, or a native system may be unavailable for technical reasons. Out of date. Not all native systems can currently share live data. Banners on the JUYI page will advertise the state of the information on view. Our goal is to share live information as soon as it's available. Incorrect. If information was entered incorrectly in the native system, it will be displayed as such in JUYI. There is a process which you can raise any data entry errors you come across, which we will expand on later. And absent. Individuals may have objected to sharing their entire record or parts of it, or there may be technical reasons. Information will be missing from when paper records were in use, as data needs to be entered and coded digitally for it to be shared in JUYI. Let's take a look at JUYI. My colleague Claire Lambie is a clinical change facilitator on the JUYI project. She will take you through the demonstration.
Okay, to launch a JUYI record, click on the appropriate link within your native system. It will display the patient record you are currently viewing. There is no need to search again for the patient. We'll now go through a quick tour of JUYI. It's designed to be intuitive, so you don't have to remember how it works. On your first access, you can click that you've completed this training. The first screen you'll then see is the Access to JUYI page. The patient's demographic information is here so that you can check you're looking at the right patient. No clinical information is present on this screen. Do read this section as it reminds you of the key safety and information governance messages that Paul covered in the first part of this presentation. These will be updated as and when needed. Here you can select the reasons for viewing the patient's information. These options reflect the new General Data Protection Regulations or GDPR. A guide to these options is available on the help pages. As JUYI is read-only, if you wish to record notes relating to your access, this should be done back in your native system. The emergency button will take you straight through. The other two have further options available. Once the reason is selected, it will take you straight through to the patient dashboard. The patient dashboard is the starting point for all JUYI activity. System notifications are displayed in the coloured banners. A record will only present if the patient's date of birth and NHS number match, but for example phone numbers and addresses may change. These differences are recorded in the Demographic Differences banner for your information. A red or green banner will display here. Green if all data is flowing, red if some is missing. Click here for more information. This also tells you when the information was last updated. This is important as not all information in JUYI is live. You can close these banners for more space. Information is grouped under headings which are the same as the headings used in the summary care record. Allergies and adverse reactions, care events, clinical observations and findings, diagnosis problems and issues, medications, next of kin, personal preferences or care plans, services care professionals and carers, social and personal circumstances and treatments. Alerts and allergies will now be highlighted if present. The number denotes how many alerts or flags are present. We'll come back to those in a moment. The chevrons in each section will open up to a detailed view. Data is blended from each provider and identified by the colour-coded icon. Once in the detail view, you can use sort functions to help manage the information. These all appear in the yellow banner where you can delete them. You can navigate through the sections by the back button, the chevron, or by the navigation pane. To return directly to the dashboard, click here. Most sections are self-explanatory, but some key ones to point out are care events, a chronological view of all the patient's interactions with health and social care, including future appointments. Useful for safeguarding purposes, as well as establishing the level of service use. Personal preferences will hold the advanced care plans and personal safety plans if they are available. They are classed as alerts too, so you can access them from the alert icon as well. Medications, current repeats and recent acutes, and also 12 months of discontinued medication. At the moment only GP data is available, but we will soon have medications from other organisations. As before, all detailed views will have search and filter options. Eventually, social and personal circumstances will show any care packages in place from social care, including the care provider and social worker. Diagnosis problems and issues. We are currently working on a means of ensuring that significant diagnoses and current problems are shown at the top. In the meantime, do not assume they are in immediate view. For some patients, there will be multiple pages. Click here for a full list of allergies, adverse reactions and intolerances. Clinical observations and findings have a data view and a chart view. A useful feature if you are only interested in information from specific organisations is this filter here. Here you can see all data regarding GP and minor injuries units. Help is always on hand. Clicking the question marks will access help specific to each area. To access the clinician's website, click here. Here you'll find all the support documentations. It includes the access to JUYI instructions, quick reference guides and currently available information. Where to get technical help or report an issue, and how to feedback ideas for future versions. Returning back to JUYI, you will be prompted to check that you are still viewing the right patient. Close the record when you have finished with it by closing the tab or clicking on the close button. You will only be able to look at the next patient's JUYI record by searching for them in your native system and clicking the JUYI tab. As you saw in the demonstration, if you need help, guides are always to hand, and you can find the contact details for raising technical issues or if you see information that is incorrect on the website. If there is information not available that would be useful to you, just let us know. If we can share it, we will. Use the feedback form available on the website under the Get Involved tab. Don't forget to record you've completed the training on your first access. That's it, you're JUYI ready.